The complexity of road transport in Europe makes Formula One logistics the most challenging of the season. As the first triple header of 2024 approaches, starting with the Spanish GP this weekend, Formula One teams are gearing up to face the logistical obstacles that these consecutive races can bring. These triple headers, which were once rare, have become common on the F1 calendar during the pandemic. The first of these 3 consecutive stages begins in Barcelona, followed by a road trip to Austria, and then to Silverstone. Later in the year, there will be another triple header including Austin, Mexico City, and São Paulo, before an even more strenuous sequence that goes through Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. Despite the logistical and human resource challenges presented by the triple headers in the Americas and the Middle East, the races in Barcelona, Spielberg, and Silverstone are considered the most difficult to execute. Teams transport all equipment in trucks, and the strict travel deadlines for drivers, along with logistical limitations at certain locations, are part of a complex puzzle that teams need to solve. The additional time required for customs procedures between the UK and France, in the post-Brexit scenario, has added to the logistical headaches of the 1,600 kilometers journey. From Austria to Silverstone, the chassis will be dismantled on Sunday night at the circuit, so they are back at the factory by Tuesday morning, ready for the staff's departure, explained Carl Fanson, Mercedes head of logistics, to motorsport.com. Due to the customs process we now face, we need to triple the trucks to ensure we get back. Sometimes you get through customs in an hour, other times you wait 2 or 3 hours. It used to be different, but now they can only do it for up to 21 hours, and we cannot guarantee the return to the factory in that period. It's not just the upcoming triple header that is causing headaches. The Imola-Monaco sequence also presents its own challenges. Due to the tight space at the Monte Carlo port, with only 1 truck and 1 crane able to enter the paddock area at a time, there is a strict order for each team to set up their structure. McLaren's delayed departure from Imola caused a domino effect, also delaying Alpine's setup. Monaco was a big challenge for some teams this year, commented Mark Norris, McLaren's race operations director. We worked with F1 and the FIA on timing, and it only takes a small slip to cause a domino effect. This year, particularly in Monaco, we faced delays. After leaving Imola, we found ourselves a bit behind schedule. In Monaco, the logistics are complicated. You need to wait for 1 truck before moving the next, like a game of Tetris. For teams like McLaren, which use a single motorhome unit, the schedule between races is even tighter. In contrast, Mercedes deploys a second smaller motorhome, previously used in the DTM, which has proven especially useful in consecutive events. We have an advanced group. When we arrive at the circuit, we make a delivery and they move on, explained Carl Fanson, Mercedes head of logistics. On Thursday morning in Imola, they headed for Monaco, worked on Friday, and began setting up the garage. Dennis Reck, responsible for motorhome logistics, added, "We realized early on that consecutive races are challenging. You need to assess the travel time risks and the pros and cons. It was a good decision to use the smaller unit in Imola and the larger one in Monaco. When the team arrived in Monaco on Monday, we already had everything set up." Beyond the challenges of land transport, F1 teams are gradually shifting from air freight to sea freight. Only the most crucial parts and tools, including the cars, are transported by DHL's Boeing 777 cargo planes, which are more efficient and reduce emissions by 17% compared to the older 747 jumbos. Other equipment, such as garage infrastructure, is stored in centers around the world, including Florida, Singapore, and the Middle East, and shipped from there to races in the region. Most teams have 6 sets of everything, allowing the European kit to be used in Imola and Monaco, while the North American set is shipped from Miami to Montreal. Although this practice has an initial cost, it pays off in shipping expenses and CO2 emissions. We're starting to think a lot more about this. Why do we always need to bring all the equipment back? Norris questioned. This also eliminates the risk of issues with the Red Sea, Suez Canal, or stuck ships. Looking at it differently, we can be much smarter, and it also helps F1 from a sustainability standpoint. Logistics in Formula One is an extremely complex operation, and each decision can impact the team's performance on race weekend. Teams are constantly seeking ways to optimize their processes and reduce environmental impact. With the constant evolution of technology and a more sustainable approach, F1 is paving the way for a more efficient and eco-friendly future. It is fascinating to observe how Formula One, a sport known for its speed and glamour, is also becoming an example of innovation and sustainability. The shift to sea freight and the use of distribution centers around the world demonstrate a serious commitment to reducing CO2 emissions and smarter resource management. However, logistical challenges, such as those faced in Monaco, highlight the ongoing need for improvement and adaptation. Teams that successfully navigate these complexities not only increase their chances of victory on the track, but also contribute to a greener future for the sport. If you enjoyed this detailed analysis of Formula One logistics and want to follow more impactful stories and opinions about the F1 world, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our Formula One news channel. Activate notifications so you don't miss any exciting news stories. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.